Alright everyone, I asked you on Twitter if you had any questions for me, and I got quite a bit of replies. So you know what, today, they're gonna be answered. Finally. I know, it took long enough. But let's get this started. Who's first? Yeah, I got a question for you. You can call me Smoke Mid for Fizz, alright? And my question is, what's your all-time goal as a YouTuber? Well, I think my all-time goal as a YouTuber, it'd be nice to be recognized as one of, like, I guess the best gaming channels, in my opinion. You know what I mean? It's like, if you're someone who plays sports, you want to go into the Hall of Fame of that, sport. Kind of similar to that, like, that would be the all-time, like, greatest accomplishment, in my opinion, to get millions of subscribers and to be looked at as, like, just that great gaming channel. That's obviously a very far-off dream if it's going to occur, but, you know what I mean? It's good to have long-term goals, dream goals, and like short-term goals. And that would be like my all-time dream goal, I guess you could say. You got spunk, kid. I can respect that. Stop playing that. Stop playing the guitar. Stop doing that. Okay, that's alright. You can call me Justin Mills. That is how I am referred to by people. Okay, and I was curious, will you be doing live streaming? Yeah, I actually get asked this kind of a lot, and some of you might have known I attempted to, well, I didn't want to stream live, but I kind of did. So yeah, it's something I want to do. That's why I got a new router and a modem to support better upload speed. Now the problem is my laptop can't handle 720p or better, like, consistently with a decent frame rate, and I'm not gonna do it until I have something that's good looking. I'm not gonna just push out fucking 10 FPS 480 gameplay or anything like that. So once I can upgrade my computer, then it will happen. That was all I wanted to ask. Just wanted to, do it in song. That's okay. Next. Good afternoon, mortal. Hey, how is it? Silence! I am the one talking, scum. Okay. I'm sorry. Now, where was I? Yes, you may refer to me as Deadman1313666. And my question for you is, what sort of metal do you listen to? What is your favorite band? The kind of metal I listen to, my favorite would be power metal, I'd say. But I listen to like all sorts of metal. I listen to like, heavy metal, stuff like, I do like stuff like Metallica or Avenged Sevenfold. I like stuff like Trivium and Deathclock as well. And, I like things like Blind Guardian, Nightwish, Epica. There's a big list of metal that I really like, but I think my favorite, that at least it has been for some time, is probably Blind Guardian. But right now I'm kind of obsessed with Glory Hammer. So, if that answers your question. Okay, look, you guys have been great. You really been great. But let's move this along, okay? Write down your questions and I'll read them. How about that? That sounds much better, doesn't it? And this next question is from Blaze. And Blaze asks, when is the next Playing with Fans? Unfortunately, I don't know. Basically, bottom line is, I'm not sure, just due to like what I want to be putting out. And setting up the fan things I've mentioned before is a little harder than I expected. So we'll see. And the next question is from Burning Tooth. And this person asks, how long does it take to make a typical video, and how is it to work 2 jobs? Well, it kind of depends on the video. I mean, when you look at something like The Walking Dead, even though the video was an hour and a half, it really didn't take that much effort because I left most of it in. The only thing I cut out was like the kind of long loading times in between stuff. I just went through, like, when you're a YouTuber, you learn little tricks. Like, I learned that, like, if I'm stuck on a certain part of Mario, for example, I won't talk until I make some progress, so that way it's easy to see in the editing. I don't need to play it all. I can look at for when I start talking again and then kind of go near there so I can skip this like 30 minutes of nothing. You know what I mean? So it's easy to find that kind of stuff in The Walking Dead. That takes very little time to edit. And something like Mario can take a little longer sometimes, but it also depends if I'm going to throw in a skit or something. And it's not like I plan, oh, I'm going to do a skit this week. It's just like when I see what's happening, I think this would be good, like in the moment, you know, like I don't pre-plan it, I guess, if that makes sense. Man, I'm doing a terrible job of answering your question. Basically, it takes, if you ignore the rendering and stuff like that, because that stuff, the rendering alone and like converting to MP4 takes, fuck man, like 10 hours. It's ridiculous. But the editing itself takes probably an hour and a half, 2 hours or so, give or take. As for how it is to work 2 jobs, it sucks. Gonna be honest, because my other job will, you know, they can just change my schedule just like that, or they'll be like, hey, can you stay till this or come in then or whatever, and all of a sudden my plans for YouTube are just ruined, you know, because now I don't have that time that I thought I had. And some, like the other day, this was a couple days ago, like I got home, I had to stay up till like 3 a.m. for YouTube purposes, in order to like get it out in time. And then I only got like 3 hours of sleep basically. And when I got home, I had crouched down to like pet my dog, and I put my face down into my chair while I was petting her, and I fell asleep apparently because I just woke up with my face covered in drool, and it was like 11 p.m. I was like, God damn it. So it wears you down. And this next kind of question is from Jericho Loyalist. Jericho says, buy a gaming PC and play with me? Question mark. Trust me, I've been working on buying a gaming PC. I actually was like, there was like a build your PC kind of thing on a website where I was like, oh, I want this spec, this. And after everything, I was willing to drop like $2,500 on it. But I can't just drop $2,500 just like that. I was going to do some sort of payment system, but my bank isn't supported by that website. Fucking course. I mean, I'm sure there's other options I could do, but for now, I'm going to have to hold off, unfortunately. So I'm working on buying a game PC. And this one is from, oh my god, it's CMO. And CMO said, so after like a little bit of non-question stuff, this person asks, basically, do you think I'll do a stream with fans? It's like playing with fans. So it's kind of combining 2 questions I had earlier. Yeah, I don't see why not. There's definitely a couple games that would be very fun. And even if it's not you directly playing with me, there's stuff like, I think it's called the Killing Room or something like that, where you can like vote on things for me to get in there. That would be pretty cool. There's also the game Trivia Murder, or those kind of things where I could stream it and you guys could play it from your phones with me. That'd be cool too, but the only problem is I don't know how much latency there'll be, so if you're like 10 seconds behind, like you're not gonna be able to play properly. So I gotta make sure my upload and everything is good if I'm gonna do something like that. But yes, I am interested in doing that. This next question is from Andrew in general. Andrew said, where do you see yourself in 14,567,417 years? Well, I'm hoping that within the next 50 or so, I've already created immortality, and at that point, I mean, hopefully I have at least as many subscribers as PewDiePie. Maybe not even still. And this next one is from Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Vegito, and Vegito said, do you still watch Dashi? I actually don't. This is going to be kind of weird to say, but it's been on my mind for a while. And people in the comments kind of got me to not like Dashi anymore. And something against Dashi himself. It's the people who, you know, will come and say you're copying Dashi. Why don't you try to act like Dashi? And they'll try to bring his catchphrases into my videos. And like, I know some people don't mean any harm in it, and that's fine. It's not like I'm upset with you or anything specifically. And some people do mean harm with it, but you know, my channel's my channel. Like, and I don't want Dashi involved in it. The only time others are gonna be involved if it's some sort of collaboration, or if someone's playing a level that I made in some game, and maybe I react to it, maybe I don't know. But other than that, like, I kind of don't want other channels invading my channel, you know what I mean? I don't really know if that's the best way to describe it. Hopefully I kind of came across and what I meant, but that's kind of why I don't watch Dashi. So nothing against the guy personally, but you know, people in the comments just make me want to step away from it all, is all. This next question is from Joseph Richardson. Joseph said, if you could combine the gameplay of one game with the visuals of another, what game would they be? What's the Hyrule game's name? Very interesting question. I just have so many thoughts in my head. Like, for the longest time, I always wanted an open world RPG of Pokemon to where, you know, you're roaming around the world, kind of like Skyrim or something. It's this big open world and you're catching Pokemon that are actually out there. And when you battle, you can see the battle from your perspective as the trainer. And then if you're walking by other trainers, you can watch them battle. Like, I always thought that'd be super cool. You know, leveling up not only Pokemon, but yourself in terms of maybe your effectiveness at training, whatever. So in that regards, I would want like the gameplay of Pokemon combined with like the visuals of Skyrim. Actually, you know what? I think that is kind of the prime one for me. I've always liked Pokemon, but it kind of got a bit repetitive, you know what I mean? They need some like really fresh, like, this is the future or something, you know? And I feel like that would be a good one. I feel like pretty much everyone will agree with that, or a large majority. Anyone who's like remotely interested in Pokemon, at least. Oh yeah, I guess I didn't answer like what the name of it would be, but I mean, I don't know, Pokemon Metropolis. They could come up with anything they wanted, and as long as I saw the gameplay, I'd be like, I'm getting it. This next question is from Sal. Sal asks, hey Zach, do you plan on live streaming and or playing PC games? Also, are you into any board games? P.S. Your channel is very entertaining. So again, with the live streaming thing, I've already answered that. So if a question is just about live streaming, if you asked it, I'm probably not going to, you know, bring it up just because I've already answered it. As for the other things though, PC games kind of goes back to the whole like my PC, well, my laptop, it just doesn't cut it for a lot of games, and I've tried multiple times to play it. It's just a garbage piece of shit laptop, and I need something better, not only for live streaming but also for playing PC games just in general. So yeah, I'm absolutely interested, and I think that this channel will definitely take a couple steps up in terms of like what's being put out, because then I will have no restrictions on what I can play other than VR games, I guess, for now. I'm very much looking forward to that happening. As for board games, there's a game I really like called Risk. I'm sure some of you have heard of the game Risk. It's just a very fun strategy game. Lord of the Rings edition, of course. This next question is from Legacy. Legacy asks, will you ever be doing vlogs? I just want to see the dog. Probably not. I've gotten this asked before too, like, well, a couple times at least, and it's just not something I'm interested in. But that's right now. I wasn't interested in live streams either, but now I am. So who knows? If it makes you feel any better, I've been wanting to throw my dog into videos here and there just because she's awesome and she's savage. This next question is from Justin Charles Dill. Justin asked, what video was your... Oh, I'm guessing he meant to say, what video game was your favorite to play around the ages of 17 through 19? Justin, you already know this answer because Justin and I actually were well, we still are friends, but we hung out a lot in Cali when I lived there. And that would be Guitar Hero. I'm pretty sure I was at the age where Guitar Hero was it. If not, it was probably Halo. But I'm pretty sure Guitar Hero was... I was just addicted to that, man. I played it every day. This next one is from... I'm sorry if I'm going to say this wrong. Renaid Klein, I think. This person asked, what game series do you regret giving up or never getting into? That's also good. That's a good question. There's actually two games that I wish I'd gotten into. One is the Uncharted series. It's because like I just had no interest in getting a PlayStation until I saw The Last of Us, and then I was like, I need it. But I kind of wish I did for Uncharted because it looks like such a good game. And the other one is, this one's kind of weird, but a lot of my friends that I play with now were at one point really into Elder Scrolls Online. And it seems like an interesting game, but I didn't want to play it by myself. But back then, I don't know, I just didn't get it, and I wish I did, and I wish I could have played with everyone and had a good time on that game. This next one is from Matthew Maclinis? He asks, who's your favorite rapper? Use your favorite song by them and dance to it. I actually don't like rap. Like I said, I'm a metalhead, and actually, well, there is one group that I do like to listen to.
I'm switching up my style like the Beatles with my pieces. Each is such a wonder with a...
This next question is from Carson Hank. Carson says, when you stream, what will it be on? Good question, Carson, because it will be on YouTube. It's just simpler. You know, the video will just stay on YouTube forever from what I understand. And I don't know, just it seems like a lot of people like that more too. And I've never really dealt with Twitch. I'm more familiar with YouTube, so that's why. This next one is from Ethan Beardmore. Ethan says, will I be in the video? Do you get it? Because that was a question. I'll stop. Yes. And our final question comes from Braden22. Braden says, I have watched a lot of your videos. They make me laugh and they're just awesome. Keep it up. P.S. Will you ever play another level by me? This Braden is the one that makes those fucking bullshit levels. And yeah, I mean, I don't play like favorites or anything like that, and I don't, I try to keep it random when I pick levels. And if I see a level by the same person I just played last week, I won't pick it just because I don't want to do it 2 in a row. So I mean, as long as you resend the level on like Monday or something, it gives you a better chance, because sometimes I have a hard time remembering which ones I did and stuff, like in the past. So just heads up. Okay, you guys, well, that does it for all your questions. I hope you enjoyed like the slightly different way in the beginning I did it. I was gonna do a whole video on like something like that, but there's more questions than I anticipated again. So I kind of had to cheat my way out of the last bit. Also, we hit 30K, so thank you all for constantly showing support, and if you're sharing to friends and all that stuff and coming into the videos right away, like you guys coming to the videos quickly, like having me on notifications is like, it means a lot, so I usually don't say all that stuff just because I'm so like overwhelmed by everything. And regarding the 30K special video, I honestly like did not expect to get to 30K this quickly, because we were kind of at a crawl for a while. Like once Ryu played my level, we got like a decent boost in subscribers, but then it kind of got to a kind of a crawl. And then for whatever reason, once 27,500 hit, like they just kept rolling in, like almost 1,000 in like 2 days or something like that, and it just was going way quicker than I expected. So I was not prepared. I wasn't prepared for it, basically. So sorry, but the 30K special is gonna be a little late. So anyway, let me know what you guys think about this kind of Q&A. Would you prefer like if I answered maybe like 5 to 10 questions or something like that, but like kind of made it more interesting? Or would you rather me do rapid answers and answer like 30 questions or something like that? Because I'm kind of back and forth on the two, but let me know what you guys think would be better to see. Well, I hope you all enjoyed this Q&A, and I'll see you in the next video.